Dangote is saying is that if you own a filling station, for example, somewhere in Jimeta and Yola, you don't have to bother about anything. Register with me, tell me what you want, I will deliver to you. I will assume the risk and the cost. I will deliver to you. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to wait. The tanker will arrive at your filling station. That's what he's saying.
Okay. All right. Let's look at what this means.
He's taking the headache off the retail owners and the corporate buyers.
Let's look at this. What this means for Nigerians now. Are we going to see? Do you foresee a reduction in the price of petrol and diesel at the pump?
So, Kofi, 1 week ago, we didn't expect that there was going to be a breakout of war in the Middle East. As we speak, there are rumors that the Iranian regime, is falling, and Israel is taking out all their air defense systems and all their Air Force artillery. That has skyrocketed the price of Brent. Brent is trading above $70. It even went up to $78 on Saturday, Friday night, Saturday. Okay? And the reason why it's gone up is because the Straits of Hormuz that has a major artery for taking up about 15.9 million barrels of crude oil from Saudi, Bahrain, Kuwait, Iraq, Iran, right? Is at risk. If, for example, some of the Iranian-backed militias decide to block the Persian Gulf or the Straits of Hormuz, it means that nearly 16 million barrels of crude oil that constitutes about 15.7% of daily crude oil supply globally is going to be impaired. And that has moved the price of crude oil up. And because the price of crude oil has gone up, it's difficult to say that petrol prices are going to come down anytime soon. Because 1 week ago, the refinery did not expect that there was going to break up.
So are you? Just
in the Middle East.
Just to summarize it, you're saying that ordinarily this should lead to a reduction in petrol prices, but you're not sure it will because of the Middle East crisis.
No. So I'll tell you, there's what they call cracking margins, and cracking margins are based on you hedging the price of crude oil, right, to the outputs of what transportation fuels and non-transportation fuels you get. And the way this is calculated is basically your price per metric ton of petrol, which has 1,341 liters. Yeah, you multiply the price per metric ton by your exchange rates and you divide it by 1,341 liters. That's how you arrive at your ex-gate price.
Kelvin, it's too complicated for us now.
Now, the fact, I know it's complicated, but what I'm trying to say to you is that the volatility in the crude oil market is impacting on the ability of Dangote to, at the moment, reduce the price of PMS.
Okay, Kelvin,
there's a direct correlation.
The reason I'm asking is this. The people who normally would charge an amount of money for distribution, that cost is being taken out. Because you're saying they're delivering it free of charge. That's what you said, right?
No. Cost insurance side means that he's assuming the cost and he's providing that equalization.
Cost of what?
So
assuming cost of what?
He's taking up the burden.
Cost of what?
The cost insurance, the cost of moving products. He's assuming the cost. He's taking the burden.
Okay.
He's taking the risk and the burden of delivering
so hold on.
to the market.
Is that cost now going to be still is going to be paid for by someone? Who?
It's going to be paid for by Dangote.
Okay, so if it's going to be paid for by Dangote, it means that the marketers or the petrol stations and retailers won't have to pay that amount of money. Then they can give us cheaper petrol.
Kofi, you need to understand this.
Please help me.
So if for example, X-Gate is 810, 815, 820.
Okay.
And it's going to cost you like 65 or 70 naira per liter to take products to a station somewhere in Yola or somewhere in Ilori.
Okay.
For example, different parts of Nigeria have their different costs.
Yes.
Some are lower, some are higher.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
What typically happens is that if the refinery says that X-Gate plus transportation costs should land you, for example, should land you anywhere around 875 naira per liter in Abuja. And then when you get to a station in Abuja, they're selling at 895 or 900. Or somewhere in Kano, they're selling at 950. They're selling at 950 because different parts have their different costs. Plus, Because Dangote before now was not controlling the logistics to deliver. They were adding their own costs. What he's saying now is that we don't want that to happen. We want a uniformity of pricing in different parts of Nigeria. So if we say 880,
yes,
it should be 880 uniformly around Nigeria. And I'm going to assume the cost to get you products to your station wherever you are to make sure that you can sell at that price.
So that's 75 naira transportation cost. Who is taking it? Who is chopping it?
He's transferring the cost and burden to himself.
Okay,
so that he can create the uniformity of pricing in all parts of Nigeria.
It means that he's not free. We'll pay him for that transportation. That's 75 naira.
Kofi, I don't think you understand this. You don't understand it.
Yes.
Kofi, you should take a survey. You should have listeners call in and tell you how much petrol costs. You know, when you stay in Lagos, you think that petrol prices are the same in other parts of Nigeria like it is in Lagos. It's not. There are places in Nigeria right now. In Lagos, for example, Kofi. Okay, how much do you buy petrol in Lagos?
Kelvin, we don't have too much time. I just wanted you to tell me.
Okay, I'm asking, how much do you buy petrol in Lagos?
It is varied.
Petrol in Lagos is around
where you buy from.
It's around 870 naira,
yes.
865. Am I correct?
Yes, you're right.
There are places in the southeast today where petrol is over 1,000 naira per liter.
So let's just use any typical example. The 75 naira cost of transportation you say he's taking it on. Is he taking it on so that we don't have to pay it at the pump or what?
Kofi, I'm telling you that there are places in Nigeria where petrol is over 1,000 naira per liter. The place where petrol is the cheapest in Nigeria today is Lagos because it's closer to the refinery and closer to the depot.
All right.
What he's saying is that he wants to create a uniformity of pricing across Nigeria.
Okay.
And the fact that the retail station owners don't have to bother with the cost of distribution and logistics will take off the tendency of them to raise petrol prices above what it costs in Lagos.
Okay, so
that's what he's saying.
Everywhere in the country will pay the same.
If it delivers to you at the prices that you should get it in Abuja, for example, or near the prices you should get it in Lagos, because Lagos is closer to the refinery, you should sell at a price that is uniform to what you have in Abuja and Lagos.